Keep it locked.
I know who I am, and so we are back right here on Tropical Vibes 105.5. Guys, I am your guest host, Tamika Handfield, sitting in with Miss Ethlyn Gibbs-Williams. We've been having a wonderful discussion on national development as well as our protecting and preserving, our heritage, our national heritage. And now, as I was listening to our theme song coming back in, I had to pull up the lyrics of that song. I love that song, love it. I mean, not only the beat,
It's a great song.
but the lyrics of that song is just so motivating.
It's very powerful.
Yes, motivating, inspirational to me.
It sure
It says, we are a chosen generation. We can simply say we are a chosen country.
Definitely.
Okay? We are a chosen generation, called forth to show his excellence. All I require for life, God has already given to me,
Exactly.
So I don't know why I'm trying to be somebody else.
We shouldn't.
Why?
From the time you were born, he equipped you with whatever you need
Exactly.
to move forward in this life.
Exactly. So, I mean, I think if we as a country, were to think about, just the simple lyric of that song, all that we need, all that we require to succeed in this life, God has already given to us.
Yes.
So, the fact that we're trying to run around and, be somebody else, does not make any sense. Does not make any sense. Just be who you are. We have our slogan, beautiful by nature. And that is so true because that is who we are. God blessed us with natural beauty. Natural beauty He gave us. He gave us, some of the most beautiful beaches in the world.
Definitely.
Some of the most beautiful, waters, in the world, we have caves. We have all
Sure.
these various things that we can, be so proud of.
Our heritage.
So many things we can be so proud of from our heritage, and we have people living and growing up in this country who have never been to other islands.
That's right.
That's a problem.
It is.
That's a problem.
But we have to try and ensure that we help people to get
Yes.
to those islands.
Yes.
And sometimes, we have the camp at the National Trust, the cultural and environmental summer camp. And I mention to parents sometimes, instead of taking your children overseas, Disney World and
Yes.
for vacation and
Yes.
other places, take a trip to one of the other
Yes.
islands. Salt Key, Middle Caicos, North Caicos. Get to know your country.
Yes. And what's the response like normally when you say that?
They accept, yes. They seem to appreciate that comment and the encouragement, because when the parents come to the camp, they are happy with what the children produce,
Yes.
in the camp and where they've been, and those kids get excited and sharing, the week, because every day is something different, so
Right.
they have a lot to share with their parents and guardians. So it gets the parents excited and learning new things too,
Yes.
because
Yes.
some of the things that the children tell them they didn't know. So it is I believe in educating through programs.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
because you have to develop
yes.
the programs to meet the needs, the weaknesses in the educational system. And we have already identified that learning about Turks and Caicos is a weakness. So we have to, find solution to that.
Right.
And
No,
one
I'm serious.
way, is through some of these programs, but the main thing is getting it on the curriculum.
Yeah. You know what? And if your child is, I'm not sure if lucky or unlucky in this scenario, but if your child has gone to a private school, from primary school through high school, I can assure you that they can miss all things TCI easily. Ask me how I know this, please, because it's happening. I see it happening, right? My son went to private primary school, and now he's in a private high school, right? And there's nothing being taught on the curriculum about TCI in terms of the caves, in terms of even the slave trade, even the cotton industry, the salt industry. now I know that his primary school, they take various trips to the islands now to show the kids, what they have to offer over there, but I think that needs to be rectified. And when I used to be the host of the Breakfast Club show, we talked about this multiple times. We have to start with the children.
Yes, I agree.
So that this is something that they grow up with. As you said, from kindergarten, man, right?
Yes.
Start it from there. Let them start playing with the cotton balls that
Yes.
that they planted back in the day, that their forefathers picked.
Exactly.
You understand? Okay, we have to find ways, man, and I think that this needs to be mandated from the ministry, the Department of Education, all the way down. You shouldn't have any schools in this country, private or not teaching PCI history.
I agree.
Now,
I
that's just
agree.
my personal opinion on that. Obviously, that don't mean jack when it comes to the real world, but I'm just saying that's how I feel about it.
But you see, it is parents like yourself who've got to make that happen, because if every parent would recognize that as a serious problem, then that should be discussed at the PTA meetings.
Yes.
And then you go to the education department, go to the ministry. Why is this not happening?
Yes.
We want this to happen.
Yes.
You see, we are the ones who have to make change in our country.
We have to effect the change that we want to see.
Yes, we have to. We have to, else things will remain the way they are. And it's not working for us.
Yes.
We know that. It's
Yes.
not working for
You're
us.
so right. So now there's a saying that I grew up on, and I'm sure you know it as well. It says, you must know your past or where you're coming from so you can know where you are going. Tupac, do you think this is true? And what does that mean to you?
Well, the first part, yes. I believe it is true.
Mm-hmm.
It is philosophical, and
Sorry to cut you across, but can you I thought we have another caller.
okay.
All right. Good afternoon, caller. You on the air?
Yes, good afternoon, Tanisha. This is Miko.
Tamika.
Tamika. Ms. Ethlyn, you said something that really touched my heart. Ms. Ethlyn, and it's the God honest truth. Over the years, Turks and Caicos Islanders and parents of the Turks and Caicos Islanders just been going to the elected polls, voting for people, for political parties. It's time that the citizens of the Turks and Caicos Islands open up their eyes and demand their vote. When I say demand their vote, I simply mean that when you go to a poll and you vote for someone, you is giving them a paycheck for 4 years. So they not giving you a paycheck, you giving them a paycheck by casting your vote for to whom the political party that they run on a ticket. So that's why the Turks and Caicos Island citizens need to be trained and the value of their vote.
Mm-hmm.
It's long overdue
Mm-hmm.
for institutions to benefit the young people here in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Both elected government boast and brag about the young people, But when you look at it really and truly, there is no facilities, there is no institution there to empower the young people. There is no after-school program to empower them. A child cannot say, well, I want to be a seamstress. Okay, when I finish school, I know I can go to the trade center and take up sewing. The reason why crime and things have rise in this country and the young people have fall on the street side because the institution to keep their dream alive is not established here in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Why the government is only facing on the economic growth of this country and a surplus and high budgets, they should also be thinking on the young people of institutions to save this generation, to embetter the Turks and Caicos Islands going forward, not just leaving them to waste their lives on the side of the wayside. There's no after-school programs in this country. Students in the school should be occupied and their mind should be focused on positive things to embetter their life, not just issue and distributing barroom liquor license, not just selling cigarettes and backwoods and things to little children. There should be positivity in the Turks and Caicos Islands for the young youth. Over the years, we have been electing people in Parliament, and we have seen no significant changes to better the indigenous Turks and Caicos Islands life. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, caller. Have a great day. You said a lot.
Yes, he sure did. And one of the things that I want to pick up on that he mentioned was the after school programs. Actually, two things, but this is one of them. That is very important. I remember growing up and in high school, we had extracurricular activities.
Right.
And to this day, I can remember my drama sessions because I was involved in the drama club. I love, drama
Right.
history and stuff like that. And so those things help to shape an individual. So it is important. You cannot get everything in the classroom. You cannot get everything at home because when you're at home, you're just with your family, your immediate family. When you go out, you socialize with other persons, other people within your peer, with the young people. They see their friends. They then recognize that there are different talents among their group, in the midst of their group. So it's important to have programs to help mold citizens, the young people, into the right citizens that we desire for this country.
That we want them to be.
Exactly. Because if we don't, the devil find, work for idle hands to do, as he said.
That's right.
So, and it goes back to the National Development Plan.
So all of this is tied in.
All of it is supposed
to
be tied in, and that's why I said you have to have the various stakeholders. And if we have a national, as I said in the first part, I believe we have it. But who knows about it? The schools should know about it. The community college, these are the young people from the college should be debating it, talking about it.
Exactly.
What's in the plan?
Exactly.
What's in it for us young people? You see? So that is what I wanted to get at with the participatory approach. I don't think the information is out there enough.
Yeah.
You see? So and for me, a progressive country involves that. Information, get out there. Education,
right?
It's paramount. That's you gotta get it out there.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah,
So before the call, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And the other thing the caller mentioned was educating the voters. That is so important.
Yes.
What's wrong with us setting criteria for our
Elected
candidates?
Exactly. Elected officials.
Don't just come up
out of nowhere.
Like somebody said, crawl on from under a rock and then say you won't go represent
and
us.
for far too long, that's what we've been having.
No, we don't want that. You want a nation of informed people. Come on, people. Come on, Turks and Caicos Islanders, rise up.
Yes.
Come. Let's come on. That call. I mean, he does.
You wake up plenty things.
Listen, we have got to be responsible.
Yes.
We have got to be more responsible, and we have got to hold our elected representatives more accountable. What's wrong with if you see them? Okay, if all parties come forward with a manifesto. Okay, in fact, as far as I'm concerned, that should be. If you trying to say your group is going to want to lead this country, lead us. National Development Plan. What is it? What the manifesto should be like a national development plan.
Exactly.
You see?
Exactly.
You present that to the people. All right? And then after, if you see, you have an elected government, you see things ain't working too well. What's wrong with the community calling that representative?
And saying,
hey, what's happening
I'm not saying
here?
you're doing
exactly. we elected you. Represent us. You aren't doing it how we think it should go. Come
we have
on,
a caller again. This is going to be our last call for the afternoon, guys. Caller, go ahead. You on the air?
Yeah, Ms. Ethlyn, the reason why that cannot happen, and I rephrase the word cannot, the reason why they would not do it in that way, because if you really looked at it as a young man who follow politics and who be around politicians, it's simple. It's playing politics. Turks and Caicos Island people have to look beyond TNT and PDM. You have to look for the embodiment of your country. You have to look for the economic and social development and the growth of your country. You have to look where Turks and Caicos at now to the Turks and Caicos you want to be 15, 20 years down the line. And I wanted to take the time out and say this to the young people. The young people today should sit back and look at the politicians strongly, look at what they've been through, look at the current state of the country, see how the crime situation is, see how they combat crime, nothing they have done to combat crime within this 4 years. That's been one of the main cries of the young people of the Turks and Caicos Islands is the unemployment rate. The second main cry is the service charge. I heard many older citizens through the length and breadth of the Turks and Caicos Islands is crying out about the health care situation. I am not bashing Mr. Ewing in any way, but I'm just drawing out a point here. He was the former chief medical officer, the one to put into health plan together. He is now premier and also minister of health. Ms. Ethlyn, I don't see why under the land, sea, and sun, Turks and Caicos Islanders should be rebelling and crying out on the health care plan here in the Turks and Caicos Islands. When it comes to the social and economic development plan for 2016, 2017, and beyond, I believe that there should be a heavy consultation and a town hall meeting in Gustavus Library building where you have a panel with the opposition and you have a panel with the current government, and the citizens interviewed and demand from the opposition and the current government what they will also like to see within the social and economic development plan. I believe that this consultation should go through island to island, and every MP of an electoral district should hold small community meetings and educate their people and also hear the feedback from their people that they would like to see the social and economic development plan and what they would like and what all they have to be implemented within the social and economic development plan. Long gone are those days when you just sit around and consultate with the great big script boys, business owners, and expect, and they come up with a plan that they think will fit them. That's why there's so much chaos. Everything here, it's all got to be about the aspect, the tourism, this, that, and the other. It cannot be about the citizens, and laws cannot be set within the format of the citizens of the Turks and Caicos Islands.
Caller.
When we go to the polls and vote,
Caller.
I'm gonna hang up right now. When we go to the polls and vote, we don't vote for others. We vote to embetter our lives. And it's time that our people start demanding for the environment for them and their children. Thank you.
Thank you so much, caller. I was gonna have to cut him across because we have 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left to wrap up. And I want you to still answer that question that we had, on the table. You must know where you're coming from in order to know where you're going. 5 minutes left.
Okay, I think I could answer that. Well, at first I said it is philosophical, and so I had 3 points I jotted down. Looking at our past and looking way back, we have to know where we came from.
Mm-hmm.
We actually are the descendants of kings and queens.
Mm-hmm.
So just knowing that it should
change your mindset.
Should you are the descendants of great
exactly.
Of royalty, man. Come
yes.
on. And the second thing is we are also the descendants of brave, resilient, tenacious people of great hope. Because if those people who were brought here against their will,
yes.
if they didn't have hope, then they would not have been able to go on
and survive,
and we wouldn't be here today.
That's right.
So that is something that we should always be mindful of. And on the other hand, we must know our past in order to avoid mistakes.
Pitfalls again, yes.
So because that's just the way life is. And the third point I jotted down is that we must know and remember on whose shoulders we stand and whose shoulders those before us stood and those before them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what I'm getting at is that we need to really understand our identity, the strength. You know
Yes.
what is there. There's a
Yes.
lot of substance. We matter, and in order for us to continue to reach for the stars and continue
Yes.
reaching forward to make this country what it needs to be, we have got to remember our past. Because when you look back, or at least when I look back, I see strength.
Yes.
You know, motivation, and that
Tenacity.
that
Resilience.
spurs me on to say,
Yes.
look, we got it, as we established earlier. We have a beautiful country. That is an inheritance from God.
Yes.
Others are jealous of us because of our country.
Yes.
So why should we degrade it? Why should we look down at it?
Right.
No, you have to identify those things that are unique about us, and that's what we put to the table.
Yeah.
That is your ace.
Exactly.
That's what we go to bargain with. Come on, and the others bring theirs and we bring ours, and trust you me, ours stand tall. So we have got
We must
to remember
see ourselves as great.
exactly as great people, the descendants of great people, and always reaching for higher, for better.
Yes.
You know, that is the spirit within me.
Yes.
And I hope that through the programs of the National Trust, and whenever I have to interact with young people, I hope I can pass that on. You know, that
yes.
spirit.
Pass it on to them.
Yes. So it is something that we need to develop among ourselves too, so that our country will
Continually striving for more.
Yes.
Continually striving for more. Well, this show has been an absolute pleasure for me, hosting as the guest host today. I'm hoping that you had as much fun as I did. I think this is something that we
Sure
can,
did.
we can talk so much more about, our development through protecting our heritage. I firmly believe that we must know where we are coming from in order to know where we are going. And I also firmly believe that it is our responsibility as TC Islanders to pass on that heritage to our children,
yes,
so that we can continue this legacy.
exactly, yes,
That we have been so blessed with.
That's
You
right.
said before that we are standing on the shoulders and the backs of some really great people, and I think if we're not careful, we can easily forget those people. And that will be the biggest disservice that we can ever do to those people, if we
Sure.
forget the fight that they gave. All right, guys, well, it is time for us to go. I must say goodbye for today. But next week, remember, there will be the topic will be national development through sports, and they'll be talking with the president of the TCIFA, Ms. Sunya Bienemy. I won't be here. I think I'll be back in 2 weeks, with Mr. Jazz Walken. So until then, it was great being in your company. Guys, remember who you are, though. Remember who you are. You are people of greatness, all right? I will see you when I see you in 2 weeks, I think. All right, it was great. Have a great afternoon. I love you. Bye-bye.
We are a chosen generation.